Supreme Master Qinghai presents the Shining World Leadership Award for Peace to Armenia. On November 10, 2020, a ceasefire agreement brokered by Russian President His Excellency Vladimir Putin and signed by Russia, the Prime Minister of Armenia and President of Azerbaijan, came into effect and ended 6 weeks of conflict in the disputed Nagorno-Karabakh region. As part of the pact, Russian peacekeepers are now in the area to help maintain stability and will remain for a period of at least 5 years. Prime Minister of Armenia, His Excellency Nikol Pashinyan, stated that he signed the agreement that returns portions of the Nagorno-Karabakh region and 3 districts bordering it to Azerbaijan to save the lives of Armenian soldiers and citizens. He also said it was the best solution in the situation. President of Azerbaijan, His Excellency Ilham Aliyev, said of the deal, "Everyone will benefit from it, including people living in the region and our neighbors, and the entire world will be safer." Furthermore, the accord calls for the eventual reopening of the 2 countries' borders for trade. Our heartfelt applause and congratulations, Armenia and Azerbaijan, for embracing regional tranquility for the greater good. Thank you also, Your Excellency Nikol Pashinyan, for your noble choice to end the strife to save lives. May there be peaceful cooperation and collaboration between both nations' citizens in the days ahead with divine blessings. Supreme Master Qinghai respectfully present the Prime Minister of Armenia, His Excellency Nikol Pashinyan, and the Armenian people the Shining World Leadership Award for Peace with all love, gratitude, and well wishes in heaven's radiance. May your decision to value precious lives over the land be universally praised and celebrated in the name of loving heaven and goodwill among humankind.
United Nations World Food Programme, or WFP, receives new contribution from China. Vulnerable individuals in Ethiopia and Guinea have lost employment and financial support from abroad due to the coronavirus pandemic. Their food security has been further disrupted by droughts and locusts. WFP is ramping up its emergency nutritional assistance to these people and soliciting resources from capable and generous donors. The China International Development Cooperation Agency manages the country's foreign aid and has penned agreements with WFP to provide sufficient funding to feed more than 300,000 citizens in the 2 African countries. The monies will be used to obtain over 6,000 metric tons of maize, rice, peas, oil, and salt, as well as 45 blends of powdered food that can be mixed with water and cooked as porridge. China is a Shining World Leadership Award for Wise Governance recipient and a Shining World Leadership Awards for Compassion, Wildlife Protection, and Compassionate Protection Laureate. Many thanks, China and the World Food Programme. We pray that your responsive oneness will inspire an outpouring of altruism in divine upliftment.
Study finds high ocean temperatures are happening more frequently. Climate researchers led by Dr. Charlotte Lafcutter at the University of Bern in Switzerland have studied 7 ocean hotspots, also known as marine heat waves, that occurred in the last 10 years. In pre-industrial times, such events were rare and occurred hundreds or thousands of years apart. The investigative team determined that greenhouse gas emissions from human activities have increased the frequency of hotspots more than tenfold. If this trend is not restrained, the scientists predict that future warming of the atmosphere will lead to marine heat waves manifesting every year in different ocean basins, which would have devastating effects on aquatic organisms and ecosystems. Our earnest gratefulness, Dr. Charlotte Lafcutter and fellow researchers, for your eye-opening report. To solve our planetary crisis, may humanity commit to world vegan now, in the mercy of the Providence.
Autonomous vehicles will soon be delivering mail in Japan. In view of a labor shortage and the need for social distancing, Japan Post Company is testing specialized robots to convey letters and packages. Developed by Japanese firm GMP Incorporated, the Daily Roll self-driving electric cart is equipped with cameras and sensors, enabling it to navigate crowded sidewalks and intersections. As a trial run, one of the cute red machines was sent from a hospital convenience store to a neighborhood post office. Traveling at a maximum speed of 6 kilometers per hour, the Daily Roll completed the 700-meter journey in about 25 minutes, accompanied by a human monitor. Although current regulations prohibit unescorted delivery robots, the government will consider amending the rules after successful tests. Our delighted applause, Japan Post Company and GMP Incorporated. May your creative technology improve the lives of Japanese citizens and inspire other forms of automation worldwide.
Researchers create combination enzyme that can fully recycle bottles. Bacteria capable of ingesting plastic were discovered at a Japanese website in 2016. Investigators determined that two separate enzymes in the microorganisms were responsible for this ability. After engineers genetically modified one of the enzymes, it starts breaking down plastic within a few days. Scientists at 4 institutions in the United States, plus the University of Portsmouth in the United Kingdom, have recently combined the two enzymes and created a super catalyst that can disintegrate bottles 6 times faster and doesn't require any heat. The team is hopeful they can achieve further optimizations and progress rapidly toward commercial applications. Bravo, dedicated researchers on both sides of the Atlantic. We are grateful for your efforts that will reduce the amount of new plastic being made from oil and move our world closer to a circular economy.
Families facing economic hardship receive produce grown by lawyer. When the pandemic reached Edmonton, Canada, in the spring of 2020, the number of citizens needing groceries from the city's food bank skyrocketed. David Bingerstoff, a local lawyer and vice chair of the food bank, was suddenly inspired to start his own vegetable farm. Although he had never grown anything before, he planted potatoes, carrots, cucumbers, corn, radishes, kale, and an assortment of lettuces. 4 months later, Mr. Bingerstoff recruited friends and colleagues to help with harvesting. When they were finished, the total yield was more than 43,000 kilograms of produce. The lawyer remarked that the whole experience was incredibly heartwarming, and he looks forward to expanding the project next year. Our compliments and gratitude, David Bingerstoff and participating volunteers, for providing love-filled nourishment to people in need. Your selfless service garners celestial blessings for now and lifetimes to come.
Animal-free candies now available in New Zealand for more than 20 years. The Natural Confectionery Company of Australia has been making jelly candies that have no artificial colors or flavors. The product line features mouth-watering flavors like crisp apple, wild blackcurrant, luscious peach, tropical pineapple, and ripe raspberry. Across the sea in New Zealand, there are more than 550,000 consumers who are on mostly plant-based diets and have long wished for vegan-friendly candies to be available. Finally, their dream has come true. The manufacturer has removed gelatin from recipes while keeping the fruit flavor. Jelly is as scrumptious as ever. Kudos to the Natural Confectionery Company on your enlightened upgrade. The color and joy you bring to people's lives serve as appetizers for the delights of heaven yet to come.
Wild animals gain new rights under French law. The Honorable Barbara Pompili, Minister for the Ecological Transition, has announced several bans that will progressively prioritize animal welfare. With the goal of phasing out dolphinariums, it is now forbidden for France's 3 marine parks to bring in or breed new orcas and dolphins. Raising mink on fur farms will be outlawed by 2025, and in the coming years, traveling circuses will no longer be allowed to keep wild animals, such as lions, elephants, bears, tigers, monkeys, and others. The government has pledged an aid package of more than 8 million euros to support animal shows as they adapt to the regulations and transform their business model. Thank you, Madam Minister, for the ecological transition, for ushering in a new era of compassion. May all of our animal co-inhabitants enjoy freedom and safety from harm in God's elevating embrace.